Why is the sky red? What did I do? What did I do? I think... Whoo! What the hell?
What was that?
What are these? Obelisks? That's a triangle. They've made a triangle in it.
Whoa.
Oh, shit! Oh! Well...
Are you supposed to be out of the booth?
I'm getting back in the booth. Honestly, I don't understand the subtext of these two versus each other. Disney versus Marvel. It should just be Disney versus Disney. I mean, I know it's like, well, Marvel's a separate entity contained within Disney, so, you know, technically Marvel still exists. No, it's just Disney. Because Disney wants everything to be Disney.
I guess it was Disney before they bought Marvel versus Marvel when they invented Stitch.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel, or Rocket was around before Disney bought Marvel, but at the same time, it's just like, it's just, Rocket is popular nowadays because of the Guardians of the Galaxy films that have just, I know that, you know, a lot of people are just like, well, he was popular before them too. It's like, not in mainstream media. I
had never heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy before those movies came out. So,
I knew
you read comics, they weren't super mainstream.
I knew of the Guardians, and I knew of Rocket. Although there was varied interpretations as to what he sounded like, because some people were mad with his presentation that we got in you know, the movies, because there were some people just like, man, I expected him to have like a gruff British accent, or I expected him to have sound like an angry Boston accent, not a New Yorker, you know, like a angry New Yorker accent. It's like,
Can't please everybody.
No, you can't. And also the thing about,
I expect Harley Quinn to have a fucking accent like she has always had. And yet everybody's like, oh, Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn.
But now we're getting another Harley Quinn played by Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga is actually from New York, from that area, so she knows that accent very well. And I hope that she portrays it very well whenever Joker Folie à Deux comes out.
That could literally be the reason that I finally send a letter to a celebrity asking her if she'd marry me.
Because, yeah, Harley, and then of course there's Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur. But I'm still just, you know, I don't try to be, you know, that you know, self-satisfied, you know, that there's some people who like have a really smug attitude whenever, you know, they predict stuff. I don't try to be that guy. But the amount of shit that I got from people telling me that I was stupid for thinking that there would ever be a sequel to this. Like, there will never be a sequel to the Joker film. Like, Joaquin Phoenix said that he would never do another Joker film because he feels like, you know, he feels like this needs to be its own solo thing. And I was just like, I guarantee you, if this gets popular enough, there is going to be a sequel. And people were just like shitting all over me for it. Hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I called it.
Those people are all dead silent, hiding now.
Oh, exactly. None of them are going to have the nuts to like actually step up and say anything in the comment section and just be like, you know what, man, you were right. Instead, they're just gonna hide and pretend like,
they're just gonna wait for the next time that they think you're wrong about something to come back out in droves,
or
and be like,
they'll get me on you know, me being wrong about something, and you know what? I'll own up to it because that's what real people do. That's what an actual human being does. They own up to their mistakes, and whenever they make a prediction that's wrong, they own up to it and be like, you know what? I made a bad call on that one. What's hard about that? Are people just so insecure that they can't accept the fact that they're wrong, and they just have to accept the fact that, you know what, maybe I need to, you know, read a little bit more into it and maybe read the crowd before I make a prediction like that. I mean, it's just insane to me just how people how people just do that and expect everything to, you know, it's like they say that I'm stupid for predicting that, and then when I'm right, I'm not allowed to gloat about it a little bit. Whatever. And to tie this back around to the death battle, I know we were talking about Stitch and Rocket Raccoon, but to tie it back around, one of the main producers of Joker Folie à Deux, Bradley Cooper, who played Rocket Raccoon in the Guardians of the Galaxy films. So, there we go. Full circle. We did it somehow. We tied it back around. But we have this death battle queued up here. This was requested on our Discord, by the way. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and check this out and see what's up. Did I just get a message? Or is that you?
I just got a message.
Okay. I was going to say it wasn't Kate or Kathan basically saying, hey, let us in, we're locked out.
No.
Okay. Well, alright, here we go.
Stitch, Disney's Extraordinary Experiment 626.
Rocket, Marvel's murderous mercenary mustelid. Those are like weasels and ferrets and raccoons. You know, because he's a...
Just because you're cute and fluffy doesn't mean you aren't the deadliest thing in the universe.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the distant reaches of outer space, the mad scientist Jumba Jukiba was accused of illegal genetic experimentation.
He took the galaxy's most fearsome, most dangerous, most absolutely purely black-hearted evil creatures and smushed them all together.
A great man with a vision, persecuted by spineless know-nothing bureaucrats.
The result? Experiment 626, though you can just call him Stitch.
He did not.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Remember when this originally came out? Me seeing the robot barfing up nuts and bolts was one of the funniest things. I couldn't help but just laugh my ass off.
I was just trying to think of like the equivalent, like what somebody could even say in English to make like a room full of people vomit, and there's like nothing. It's like not with how desensitized the world is nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, I know what he could say. Hold on. Hold on. I'll have to censor this.
Though you can just call him Stitch.
He did not.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, I know.
I was thinking something more along the lines of like, if it was a room full of really old people, you could say something along the lines of, I'll gut you and wrap your intestines around my or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, so naughty. After being slated for termination, Stitch escaped to a distant planet, Earth. Oh, wait, Earth.
Crash landing in the
Terra.
Hawaiian island of Kauai, of all places. There, he'd be adopted by the Earth girl Lilo and went incognito as the ugliest dog ever.
And despite his horrific upbringing, Stitch found he had a softer side, a love of Elvis, and a kinship with Lilo, a devil child who didn't fit in, just like him. It wasn't long before Stitch was ready to do anything to protect his new Ohana from the alien threats coming to get him.
And let me tell you, as a fellow mad scientist, Jumbo really outdid himself here. I've been meaning to dig deeper into Stitch's piecemeal alien biology for years. First of all, his fluffy exterior is entirely bulletproof, fireproof, and nearly impenetrable.
Oh, this comes with a catch. His molecular structure is so dense, he can't swim. Sucks he landed in Hawaii, of all places.
Stitch can crawl on walls, hear a whisper from miles away, and scream so loud he'll blow you to kingdom come.
He's strong enough to lift 3,000
Maybe
tons
Rocket
of
could beat him by dropping him in a big vat of water or something.
He'd just be like, you know, you're really dense. I wonder if you float. He's like, oh, well, fancy that.
Anyway, and can spin dash so fast he'll burst into flames.
His eyesight is also incredible. He's got night, X-ray, and infrared vision, and can even zoom in hundreds of times over.
Even better, he can hawk loogies like a friggin' machine gun. His spit is conductive enough to short-circuit electronics, stick objects together like glue, and even dissolve solid rock. Oh, and he's somehow a genius, too. The dude knows molecular physics and can build entire mech suits and spaceships out of junk in seconds.
You wouldn't think it from his everything, but Stitch is a genius with a brain comparable to a supercomputer. The world's most powerful supercomputer right now is Hewlett-Packard's Frontier, which can make 1
In Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Ha
quintillion calculations a second.
Comparing Stitch to Frontier is, frankly, a massive lowball.
See, Stitch was programmed to have Jumba's own intelligence, and Jumba's IQ has been compared to that of an entire galaxy combined.
I have conducted my own genetic analysis to determine Stitch's alien progenitors. His DNA includes traces of the manglioid of Meridian 4, the goo goblin booger beast, the people-eating pus monkey, the deadly disemboweler, the boiling tongue-oid, and the bottom-feeding scum sucker.
It sounds like your ex-wife. Am I right?
No, Wiz, what the hell? That's such a messed up thing to say about her. Be better.
I'm so disappointed in you.
You can make those jokes when
Said
you
no
start
one
paying the
ever.
alimony.
Huh?
Said no one ever.
Exactly. Just like, it's like, wow, Boomstick. Didn't realize your ex still had you pussy whipped like that. Ah.
Well, Stitch's incredible buffet of alien DNA is supported by a power cell embedded in his body, fueled by the energy of 2 colliding planets. Huh? Colliding planets! Are you coming back? No?
You.
Okay.
He's got a
Oh, don't be so butthurt. So what? You gotta pay alimony. You got a shotgun for a leg. Things could be much worse.
jetpack, freeze ray, grenades, and a Seismotronic 200, which can make sandwiches gigantic. Oh, and shrink enemies, that's cool too.
Stitch was a one-fluff army, and he proved it when everyone from the Galactic Federation to the dastardly Dr. Hamsterville came to pick a fight with him.
Including all of Jumba's experiments. Yeah, 626 isn't just some random number. There are hundreds of these little bastards running around. More trouble-making cousins to add to his growing ohana.
Though he had to pacify many of them first, like Slushy, who can create a snowstorm that covered all of Kauai.
Or Richter, who can split the Earth in half and shatter planet-busting asteroids.
And Jumba stated
This is
that
getting into the
Stitch was
TV
the
series
most
they made, isn't
destructive,
it? Yeah.
unstoppable monster
I never
the
got to watch
universe
much of
has
that.
ever
The TV series and the other movies that they made, because they had one where it was just called Stitch, and it focused mostly on him. Lilo was still in it and everything, but yeah, I'll say this: a lot of people said that they were actually pretty good and did a lot to expand the lore of Lilo and Stitch.
seen.
I
Even more
haven't shown my
dangerous than
favorite
bullying,
part of
who
any
can
of
create
these
a black-
movies at all yet.
I have several favorite parts. I'm gonna say, is it the "Go to your room"? I am in my what? Which one?
My favorite part of these movies is Nani.
Oh,
She's hot.
Pool large enough to consume the entire universe.
There she
Speaking
is.
of black holes, in the anime, yes, there's a Lilo and Stitch anime. Stitch
Yeah.
once piloted a ship carrying a supernova bomb strong enough to wipe out a galaxy and flew it into a black hole. It and the black hole both exploded on top of him, and he popped out no worse for the wear. You know, like you do.
Another time, he piloted a ship to a different black hole in less than 2 minutes. It's unclear exactly how far this was, but the average distance between stars is about 5 light years.
That means his ship would have had to have been flying at over 1 million times the speed of light.
And when he's filled with love for his ohana, the power cell inside Stitch surges incalculably. He used this to defeat Dark End, an experiment explicitly made to be stronger than Stitch, who had just defeated 4 Stitch clones on his own.
And Stitch completely annihilated him. He knocked Dark End into outer space so hard he dislodged a city-sized space station. You know, like you do.
He's even managed to worm his way into completely different Disney properties.
Oh, God, we don't have another Deadpool on our hands, do we?
With
kind of, sort of. Although some of those were hilarious. The one with like the Lion King. One of the Lion King. I just imagine just like Rafiki just just throwing him off a fried rock. Actually, let me see if I can find that clip on here. It just Yeah.
Yeet.
I can just imagine that with Stitch.
I think he's just like, I don't feel like being in this movie. I'm just gonna end this shit right here.
Yeah, and just yeets the little bastard off the top of Pride Rock. There goes the pride. And then of course there's also the one in they did that was mocking Aladdin. It was basically like the flying carpet, a whole new world. And then all of a sudden they get interrupted. Stitch flies up beside them in like his spaceship. He's like, "Oh, baby." And then she's like, and then all of a sudden she, like, Jasmine looks at him and just like gets all flirty eyed and everything. And then it cuts to a little bit later. You see like a smoke trail like trailing off into the sky, and Aladdin's just sitting there on the carpet by himself. He's just like, "How about you get your own movie?" And then there you go.
Not to mention, it's kind of like, what the fuck is up with Jasmine? Like, she's fucking freaky if she looks at something like that, and it's just like, oh, that looks like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know.
Some bestiality vibes.
Looking back, it's just, you see, that's the thing. People read too much into it nowadays, and they think about that shit applied in the real world. It's a fucking cartoon.
The internet ruined everyone.
I know. Yeah, unfortunately. Anyway, let's...
Things that previously would have been innocent fun have just been turned into, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because you've been on the internet for too long.
Yes. Way too long.
Stitch around,
Way too
Lilo, Nani, and the inhabitants of Earth couldn't be safer.
Surf's up for everyone's favorite blue fuzzball of death.
This episode is sponsored by Better Things Get to
Early on Black Mountain Hills of Dakota, there was a young boy named Rocky Raccoon.
Rocket, not Rocky. That's the Beatles song he's named after.
Well, I have wasted a lot of time on some very specific research.
In fact, it's just Rocket. Despite his startling resemblance to the resourceful dumpster diving mammal, Rocket originates from the alien planet Half-World, which served as an asylum for the criminally insane ruled over by alien humanoids.
Along with many of Half-World's cutesy inhabitants, Rocket was subjected to cybergenetic modifications by his overlords.
All with the purpose of being Half-World's warden, Ranger Rocket.
Rocket's mutations make him smarter, stronger, faster, and tougher than your average garbage goblin.
His cybernetic skeleton is connected to artificial
goblin.
vertebrae and neural implants, allowing him to dodge gunfire.
Trash Panda, Garbage Goblin.
I've never heard Garbage Goblin before. I've only ever heard Trash Panda.
A Bin Bandit. That could be. That's another one.
Yeah,
Because
that's
a
good
bin.
one, actually.
Yeah. Trash Panda, Garbage Goblin, Bin Bandit.
Fire and laser beams, survive an explosion the size of a city block, and keep up with supervillains like Kraven and Venom.
Alongside pals Lila the Otter and Walrus the... Yeah, Rocket battled the mercenary Blackjack O'Hare and Killer Clown.
Refuse Raider.
Refuse. I like that. Refuse Raider.
Get out of here, you little refuse raider.
I have to keep thinking on those.
What the hell this has to do with Guardians of the Galaxy?
In a convoluted editorial effort to reboot his character, Rocket left Half-World to become a mercenary and had his memories suppressed. After a betrayal by his otter lover, a different one, he has a thing for otters, Rocket was sent to jail. Space jail.
And prison changes a man. Gunn was the Saturday morning cartoon character of yore. He was a felon, cynical and hardened by the criminal justice system. The space criminal justice system.
Rocket suffered not only from his penal servitude, but the trauma of his brutal genetic modifications, and a lingering sense of alienation.
Dumpster Deviant.
It was in this personal hell where he'd meet a bunch of a-holes who would soon be his new teammates. Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, and of course, his best pal, Groot.
And together, they were the Guardians of the Galaxy, defending the free peoples of the cosmos from all manner of alien menace. For a price, of course. Though unlike some of the powerhouses on his team, Rocket's raccoon body is...
I told you he's not a raccoon. He was created on Half-World and is the last of an entire race of raccoon-like aliens. He just happens to look like an Earth raccoon.
It's best. I'm not gonna say. Sometimes oversimplification is just the best thing to do. Plus, fictional character.
It's also, he happens to be in a group of a bunch of other, like, you know, obviously furry animal related characters.
Like an otter.
Yeah.
And I think I saw a gerbil.
Like a rabbit or something.
A rabbit. And then, of course, you know,
they're definitely in the
walrus.
third movie because they were in the trailer, but I haven't seen it still.
Yeah.
It's like, what's he doing hanging out with all these others and trying to bang otters if he's not actually a raccoon?
I don't know.
Don't lecture me on raccoons, Wiz. I'm an expert. Been fighting the bastards for years. Did you know their tiny little bandit masks are for reducing glare to enhance night vision? They can hear noises as quiet as earthworms digging underground, and about 2/3 of the sensory perception part of their surroundings.
That's one of my favorite videos ever on the internet, period.
He has a whole channel.
Yes. And the fact that these fat little bastards just, like, gather around him like, you know, just like, it's like he's Santa Claus just, like, handing out presents.
I love how fucking round they are with their winter coats.
Yeah, look at them. They're
like just fucking basketballs.
Mm.
Bandit basketballs. Yep.
Cerebral cortex
It's one of my
is devoted
favorite.
to their tactile impulses. That's why they grab shit with their tiny little hands.
All perfectly suited to a nimble, stealthy glass cannon like Rocket.
Yeah, cuz he's a raccoon.
As I was saying, Rocket became the team's resident grease monkey, specializing in all things technology and engineering. And fittingly, his specialty in combat is firearms.
Yeah, that sounds like my cue, Wiz. Rocket's built giant mechs, cobbled together random junk for an improvised flamethrower, and casually slapped together a bomb strong enough to destroy a moon. Oh, and he's got every kind of hand cannon imaginable. Pistols, machine guns, miniguns, rifles, rocket launchers, plasma guns, laser guns, and my favorite, the melon popper, where melon means head and pop means kabam.
That melon belonged to a
Obviously.
Super Skrull, one of the deadliest warriors in the Marvel Universe. With the combined abilities of the Fantastic Four, including the Thing, who survived a blast from the power cosmic that could split a planet in two.
Yeah, Rocket's weapons are crazy, like the Rampart armed phasic cannon, which utilizes cold fusion and could melt the face off the Mad Titan himself, Thanos.
The same Thanos who is strong enough to survive a supermassive black hole 4 light years across, and came out with only light scratches.
The very same purple Shrek.
Light scratches from a freaking a supermassive black hole. That's ridiculous, man.
Who's battled universe busters and beyond, like Thor, Hulk, and Odin. If Thanos can walk through attacks from a dude who can shake the multiverse, and Rocket's guns can hurt him, I'm gonna
Bang.
need one of those puppies under my pillow ASAP.
And similar
Yes.
weaponry to what Rockets use can operate down to the picosecond, which is 1/trillionth of a second.
He can access all of these goodies at any time from his orbital stash. A remote-controlled satellite that'll deliver anything he wants lickety-split.
Rocket can zoom through the sky on his rocket skates, project force fields, teleport with a portable AI, melt through solid metal with acid, and even hack foreign technology.
Anything from a prison to a planet to an entire galactic empire.
Wait, did I just see
Foreign
that right?
technology.
Anything from a prison to a planet.
Ah, there's Howard. I thought I saw him. I was just like, Howard? Howard, what's up, buddy?
To an entire galactic empire. Rocket's the most dangerous not raccoon who's totally a raccoon in the whole universe.
And he's proven it with the Guardians. He's saved Earth at least 11 times, cured Ego the Living Planet of a lice infestation, and held his own against an entire world trying to kill him all at once.
He even devised a plan that ultimately stopped Dormammu, the Lord of the friggin' Dark Dimension. No wonder Star-Lord called Rocket the greatest tactical mind he's ever met, even if sometimes he has a tendency to run in guns blazing.
Though he'd always be a wisecracking son of a bitch, his time with the Guardians softened his edges. He learned to enjoy life again, and even made it back to Half-World to send that bastard Blackjack O'Hare packing.
And even though he clearly is one, whatever you do, don't call him a raccoon, because there's nowhere in the galaxy to hide from this gun-toting mother flarker. That's mintmobile.com/deathbattle.
All right.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right. Who you got?
I think Stitch, unless Rocket can drown him.
I think Stitch might... well, here's the thing. They mentioned Stitch going into a black hole and coming out unscathed.
Mm.
They also mentioned Thanos going into a black hole and coming out with light scratches. And they said that Rocket had weapons that were capable of hurting Stitch. Or hurting Thanos. And I think that that's going to play into the battle with Stitch. And I don't know. There's... I think they're setting it up to where, like, they want us to think that Rocket is going to lose, but I think Rocket's going to win. Because they do this in the past. They've done this in the past a lot, and they do it in a lot of their death battles. And there's usually a metric that they mention but don't go into detail of, or it's one they just omit completely in, like, the initial thing, just so they can have, like, a aha moment as, like, the deciding edge in the battle. So I don't know. My gut tells me that it's gonna be Rocket. That's just me. So my pick is Rocket. All right. So you're sticking with Stitch. All right. I guess we'll see. But anyway. Here we go. This is Stitch versus Rocket Raccoon Death Battle. Here we go. Hey, the Benatar. Listen to space line. Oh, no.
You smashed my ship, Fort Face! What did you say about my mother?
Ow.
You disgust me.
I think hand-to-hand, I think Stitch might have the advantage. I think Stitch is stronger than him. It's just Rocket has just such an arsenal of weaponry. My ass on fire! My ass is on fire! Ah!
He's still not dead, though.
Cowabunga!
That's it! Gonna need a bigger gun!
Here we go. Uh-oh.
Come to Papa! I guess you could call this my Thanos Buster. It's hunting season now, Buzzball.
Uh-oh. Oh, in the water.
Huh? You gotta be kidding me.
Right in the gut. Oh.
wasn't necessary, Wiz, but I felt it was.
Well,
It wasn't necessary, but it was funny.
yeah. Well, Stitch won. Damn.
Was an artful touch.
Though similar in many ways, Stitch and Rocket's fighting styles were polar opposites.
Stitch was more than strong enough to tear Rocket apart physically, while Rocket's guns were powerful enough to kill people even stronger than Stitch. So the question was simple. If both of them only needed one hit to win, who would get the killing blow first?
It all came down to speed. Rocket has dodged lasers, and his guns could operate down to the picosecond, 1/trillionth of a second.
But Stitch's supercomputer brain could operate down to the quintillionth of a second, a million times faster, at minimum.
And his ability to pilot that ship at over 1,000,000 times the speed of light meant that he more than had the reaction speed to dodge anything Rocket threw at him.
Rocket's tactical brilliance meant he could keep Stitch at bay with tricks for a while, but he couldn't reliably seal the deal. Despite being a little blue goblin, Stitch usually stays level-headed in a fight, whereas Rocket can be way more impulsive.
And frankly, Stitch
Yeah.
is probably even smarter considering he has the combined IQ of an entire galaxy.
One slip up from Rocket is all Stitch would need to end the fight.
Rocket's arsenal was absolutely bonkers to be sure, but Stitch's superior speed, physical strength, and unbelievable intelligence gave him the win.
Looks like this Rocket's blasting off again!
The winner is... What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, there's a f***ing turkey here too! Wait, you gotta leave the turkey behind!
The winner is Stitch.
So okay, I was wrong on that. Damn, I thought that I mean how they stacked the deck. I really thought that they were gonna have like a surprise Rocket wins because of this, or instead no, they presented it pretty much exactly how it played out. I mean,
It
damn.
seems like lately when I've been having those predictions, it's like unless they can do this, that doesn't happen.
Well,
Like, so
when I saw him
was
on
like,
the bottom
unless
of
he
the
can
ocean,
drown him, and he wasn't able to actually beat him that way, even though he almost got him. You know, it's like that's the
Yeah,
same.
that's true.
I can't remember what it was, but previous death battle, I think we did. Like I think I had something similar to that, and I was like, unless he can do this, like that almost happened, but it didn't. So, but yeah, like I guess I win now.
yeah, you won that one. All right, so next time on Death Battle.
Somebody from Naruto
Oh,
versus Vader.
Pain versus Darth Vader.
I don't think that's
Oh
Pain,
no, that's Toby.
Toby.
Mm.
Which, I mean, I kind of haven't seen the end of Shippuden, so I probably won't sit in on this one just to not get spoiled on all the shit he can do. I already know the major spoiler about him. I know his real identity, but
I was wondering about
I
that.
mean, there was too many clues combined with like
I-
a whole scene that someone showed me from later in the show that I was like,
I called it, but at the same time, I was just I couldn't. I was just like, when it got revealed, I was just like, it wasn't even in the anime. It was the manga. I was a manga reader for Naruto. I remember when that happened. I remembered I stood up from my bed where I was laying down reading it. I was like this. I was like. Give me my fucking money, Gary. Give me my money. Oh,
it's because you predicted it.
$20, dude. I mean, come on. I told him. He was just like, nah, it's this person here. And I'm just like, it could be, but honestly, there's just too many things that...
It makes too much sense with his mask and the way that the person he is when it supposedly went out, you know.
And also his name.
Yeah, which is like literally kind of a anagram of the original name.
It is. Oh. But yeah, that whole deal. But anyway, yeah, so this death battle, this was a good one. And I guess Stitch wins. Experiment 626 lives another day. So Until next time, everybody. Signing off, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Y'all be good people. Check out more from Death Battle by clicking their name in the title of the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.